One of my favorite questions to ask people when I sit with them, whether it's at a bar or if I'm going to, just a big event to do an interview with somebody, is what is your story? So, Sunfire, what's your story?
My story. I mean, it's long, but I'll give you like the short version.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people know me from doing music. I did that for a very long time. I went to school for music. I DJed for many years. But we're gonna fast forward. I've been filming for about full-time about 4 or 5 years now, and I kind of got into filming. It kind of just like fell in my lap a little bit because.
How does that just fall in your lap?
I mean,
I don't know a lot of people that just say, "Oh,
right.
One day I was standing there and this camera fell out of the sky and fell into my lap."
Right.
How did it fall in there?
Okay, so as a kid, I thought I was gonna be the biggest DJ in the world.
Okay.
Then I thought I was gonna be the biggest mixtape DJ in the world.
There we go.
And then when I was doing mixtapes and compilations, for people who don't really know, like I was doing a lot of music with like up and coming artists and putting compilations together. And they got to a point where I would like interview some of them and kind of mix it in with the compilations. And then that kind of transitioned to me carrying the camera around.
Okay.
So I would film different artists, and they might have been at the studio, or they might have been at a show, or I might have just been filming stuff that they had going on and kind of mixed it in with what I was doing. So I wasn't a videographer, but I kind of knew how to do stuff. Yeah, a little bit. And then the DJ thing kind of, I don't want to say it got old, but I kind of started falling in love with filming more because I saw how creative I could be. I had friends who wanted me to film stuff for them. I kind of helped them out, and it was just fun. And then I realized I could make money off of it. And then I started filming like weddings and commercials and live events, and it just got to the point that I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do this now.
What was the moment when you had the camera in your hand that you went from this is fun and I love doing this just to add value to what I was already doing with the DJing to like, I know that I could be good at this and make money? Like, do you remember that moment?
I don't want to say it was like a specific moment, but I realized when I was filming, I have a good friend, he does poetry, and I would help him do some of his videos. And then I realized that like people always need videos. Like no matter what they're doing, it could be like a band, it could be a poet, it could be a commercial, it could be a wedding. And I realized that like I can make a living off of this. And then doing the music, I was making money off of it, but like I guess like the grand scheme of things, I didn't really see the future because things were starting to change. Like the DJ wasn't as big as how it used to be, and technology kind of took over, and like the internet changed everything. So like I was like, I don't know if I could really be a DJ or for what I was wanting to do, because I didn't really want to do a lot of clubs. I did clubs and things like that, but I didn't really feel like that's what I wanted to do. I was more like behind the scenes and doing compilations and doing stuff in the studio, engineering. And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna like last the way that I want it to. And then I'm like, okay, I'm making money off of this. I'm getting to be creative. I'm getting to go out there and kind of bring someone else's story to life. And that was fun to me. So I guess, I don't know the exact moment, but like when I started doing things for my friend, that kind of made me look at it like, maybe I really want to do this and see where I could go with it.
You're talking about bringing other people's story to life. It's one thing. I can pick up a camera tomorrow, right? I could video somebody, put it on whatever social media. I'm not going to get the same thing that you get
probably
when you look behind the lens, right?
Right.
What do you want to capture in people when you see it? Is there advice you could give me? Like, Brooke, when you do this, you need to really just focus on.
I mean, starting out, are you starting out?
Yeah, I'm starting out right now.
Well, when I first started out, like, it's kind of like more is always better. Okay. So like when you're out there filming stuff, like get a lot of angles and get a lot of different things when you kind of look at the environment, the atmosphere of what's going on. Like, are there trees, are there flowers, are there people talking? Like, it depends, of course, like what the actual video is. But I always felt like when I started out and I didn't really know what I was doing, if I had a lot to work with when it was going into posts, that it made it like, okay, well, I probably didn't get a lot of good stuff, but I probably did get a lot of good stuff too because I did so much. So starting off, you definitely want to like film a lot. Also, I feel like for me, now that I've been doing it for a while, like now I try to create a story in my mind of like what I want before it actually even gets to post. Before I start editing, I want to kind of have in my mind like a little bit of like what I want it to look like. And you definitely want to create a story. You definitely want to have something to grab people's attention of what's going on. So
you've got the vision, you know what you want to capture, you end up
Right.
doing it, but there are so many people that do video
Right.
just all around. How do you cut through? How does Sunfire Films stand out to people when they're like, that's who I want to hire?
I did music for so long, so a lot of the things that I do and the way I think always kind of goes back to like when I was doing music. So when I was doing my mixtapes, I was always in the street, I was always talking to people, I was always passing out flyers and business cards. So I kind of, when I want to stand out with the video, I kind of put a little bit of just being that guy that just, I'm relentless. Like I don't care.
Right.
Like I'm gonna be the guy who walks up to you in a grocery store and hands you a business card and be like, hey, you don't know me. You may never need me, but here's my business card.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. A lot of people don't do that. I put up stickers all over the place, kind of promoting myself with my logo on it. That goes back to when I was a DJ. I put stickers up everywhere. I feel like for me, like when I first started, a question that people ask is like, how do you get started? Depending on what it doesn't really depend
True.
on what it is. And then like the most simplest answer is just do it. And when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have any clientele, but I would go on Facebook, go on Instagram. I'm emailing like 100 people a day. Like, hey, I'm a videographer. Do you need any work? You know, like I'll work with your budget. You know, just let me know if I can do something for you. So you have to just push and push and push and push and stand out. And a lot of people, I don't want to say are shy, but they're not as like relentless as me. I don't care. And I feel like a lot of people, if they do video, which they probably do good work, they try to stand off of their work and only their work.
Right.
But I'm gonna be the guy that's just gonna email you, I'm gonna message you, I'm gonna walk up to you, and I kind of want to be that guy that I feel like a lot of people don't know videographers. You couldn't name 10 videographers that live here right now.
No, absolutely not.
So I want to be one of those people that when you think of a videographer, I instantly come in your mind. Like it might be 2 or 3 other people that you think of,
Right.
but I want to stand out automatically. You might not even need me, but I'm in your mind because I'm just always doing something to try to stand out.
When somebody mentions, I need a videographer, I need video for something, they're like, hey, Sunfire, he can do it.
Right.
You know, it's funny though, you said, I don't care. And it's the complete opposite. You actually care so much and you put so much into it, but you're not afraid
Right.
of the no. You're not
Yeah.
afraid of
Yeah.
the, hey, I'm just going to walk up to you and here's my business card.
Yeah.
You're willing to get out there and do the work to get your name out there, which is such a big thing.
Yeah.
Where do you see Sunfire Films or you as a brand, where do you see that in 5, maybe even 10 years?
5, 10 years. The good thing about just jumping into filming like how I did, I never had in my mind that I only want to do weddings or I only want to do music videos. So I did everything. And I think doing that, I had the ability to quickly figure out what I liked and what I didn't like, what was the bigger reward. So I have a couple things. I don't want to pinpoint too much, but like I want to stick to bigger gigs, bigger things. So it will give me more free time to be with my family or give me more free time to do other things that I want to do. Because I have like personal things that I want to do, like TV shows and not necessarily movies, but like little
Right.
scripts and things like that, that I'll have more time. So I'll take the bigger gigs to get what I need to finance all my stuff, and then I could do my own stuff on the back end. And I guess in 5-10 years, like I want to be, like I said, I want to be one of the people that when you think of video, like, let me call this guy. Like, I know who he is just because he walked up to me, or
Right.
I saw his business card sitting somewhere or a sticker sitting where I just want to be one of those people when you think of video in Charleston, in South Carolina, that I stand out.
You know, it's funny you say that, and even said a lot of videographers, and I think this for a lot of people in entertainment or really in any job, they want their work to stand for them, right? They
Right.
want that, which is true. You have to have the work and you have to be able to show that you can do it in order for people to actually want to follow through. But how are they going to know about you unless you tell them,
Right.
I'm here? And
Right.
now we live in a time where you do have your videos on Instagram and on Facebook and on different platforms so that people can actually see, once they meet you and get to
Right.
know you and see your passion and your vision
Yeah.
for what you want to be and what your brand is going to be, and even what you can do for them, once they go and, you know, verify, is this guy really good or is this guy just all talk?
Right.
They can go back to those places and see, it's here.
Yeah.
I know how to do this.
Right.
I just need to get out here and let you know that I'm here for you.
Right.
Now, if you had to talk to either young you, like little you,
Okay.
or maybe there's a kid out there right now that sees this video or has thought about being a videographer and it's something they've been so passionate about, what would you say to them?
A videographer, it could be a photographer, it could be anything really. Like if you have dreams, if you have goals, you have to go after them. You have to really be relentless. You have to be determined. You can't be scared. You have to really have like a positive mind. I feel like a lot of these things are cliche. A lot of these things like people talk about all the time, but like being positive is starting your day like it's going to be a good day, or this is what I want to accomplish, or I'm going to make it happen and I'm never going to stop, is giving you that push to be like, it might take a long time and it might be hard today, but if I'm positive, then at least it makes me look forward to, okay, one day this could happen, or one day I can get to where I want to be at. And I also feel like you have to be patient. I mean, no matter what you want to do is going to take a long time. You have to be willing to be patient. You have to make sacrifices. I mean, if you want to become a singer, if you want to be a videographer, if you want to be a photographer, no matter what it is, you're going to miss out some parties. You're going to miss out on some sleep.
That's
You're
the
going to
truth.
miss out, like, I have a daughter. Like, I try to balance family as much as I can, but like, there's going to be some days when she's going to be like, hey, I want you to come play with me. I'm sitting down here trying to like play with a puzzle, but I got to be in my office editing videos.
Right.
So you got to sacrifice. And I just feel like a lot of people, they want things to happen, but they're not patient. They're not consistent. They don't want to sacrifice. All these things help you get to where you want to be at.